hands in the sky. The brothers in the back shooting traps now. What's up? Committee pity the fool that act shitty in the midst of the calm, the witty. New Jerusalem, get the poop. Shaolin, get the poop up. Long Isle, get the poop up. Worldwide, get the poop up.
Kind of like just talking, and all of a sudden we just started to geek out into a real serious geektasm, you know? Where I had a geektasm, me.
Seriously though, you know, that's two great pilots for TV series, which were Miami Vice, able for that.
Yeah.
Miami Vice, Crime Story.
Crime Story.
Yeah.
But that's a show that should have run and run.
Yeah.
You know.
Abel Ferrara did the pilot. I thought Michael Mann did the pilot for
No,
Miami
Abel did the
Vice.
pilot. Abel
did a couple of episodes.
He did the first.
Yeah, well, see, sometimes these big film guys do TV.
Michael Mann knew grit, and he wanted grit on Miami Vice.
Yeah.
Michael Mann, you know what? Michael Mann isn't a great director.
Ooh.
He's a what? He's a great director?
He's not. That's right. He's not a great.
Heat's his best film, but you think of Heat, you think Pacino.
Yeah.
But if you look at his early stuff,
But then what about
if you look at Thief?
Thief is great.
Thief with James Caan is alright.
The Keep is 90% brilliant.
The Keep could have been
Yeah, it's let down by a couple of things. You can tell somebody's taking care of the editing themselves, and also that's a really bad monster.
Yeah, at the end, it's awesome.
Right. Well, see,
The Keep could have been classic.
Now that brings us to what I was trying to say is that like when horror started to go down.
We never stick to a subject, do we?
Well, no. We do swim. But what I was trying to get to when you brought up this really bad horror was like, when did horror go bad? You know, that was the point. When bringing up horror.
Elm Street killed horror.
Elm Street.
Well, no, the Elm Street sequels.
Yeah, Elm Street killed horror.
Well, Dream Child the Dream Master came out
after
like
that,
2 months.
The thing is, after that, everyone stopped being pure horror. Everyone tried to be horror.
Comedy.
A little bit of comedy.
Yeah.
Give the kids what they want.
Yeah.
They want.
And if you're gonna do horror comedy,
one-liners,
yeah,
it's like
if you're gonna do horror comedy, it has to be werewolf. It has to be American Werewolf, nothing else.
Well, that's actually The Howling, which was
Howling
is really funny as well. It's got some great funny moments in there.
Not as funny as Howling 2. Not as funny as Howling 2.
Howling 2, which gave us
Cujo.
No, he gave us Jimmy Nail.
Yeah, okay.
Howling 2. But moving on from Howling 2, but the Howling's a great movie.
The Howling is good.
You know, and for a lot of us, it was the first time we saw pretty up close in a mainstream movie some naked flesh, some real naked.
Yeah, and women.
Well, we saw that a lot.
We did, yeah, but
this was the 70s, 80s.
Yeah,
that
but
not in the same way.
Not the same way. Not the same way.
We
saw. We'll put it this way: collars and cuffs matched. Collars and cuffs.
Okay, I get you, but what film are you talking about?
The Howling. There's a fireside scene, isn't it?
Fireside. Are you talking about Dee Wallace?
No. What's her name?
I don't know.
It's the girl. She's like the one survivor at the end. She asks, "How do you want your burger?" Rare. And she's right at the end.
Because she's the werewolf.
Yeah. She's the only one who gets away. But she has a scene by the fire where she makes love to Tom thingy.
Okay.
Tom Aiken. And as they're having sex, they're turning into werewolves.
Oh, Stacey Nelkin. Wasn't Stacey Nelkin from Halloween 3?
Yes. Halloween 3 now. Well, once again, Halloween 3 is a movie I absolutely love. I got one problem with it. I have one major problem with it.
The whole thing.
It's called Halloween 3. I think it's a great.
Season of the Witch should have just been called.
If it was called Season of the Witch,
but I think
nobody would have.
I think that was
even the score isn't a giveaway. John was the only film out the Halloween series that John actually only got hired to do the score for. He got hired.
No, he got paid for the name and the score.
Obviously. But
they paid him for the name.
He did the original score.
I think Demon Hill still produced that movie.
Yeah, but it's not a rip-off of any of it. It's not a rip-off of Halloween score. It doesn't use the score at all.
It's not.
Silver Shamrock.
Yeah, that's true. But Deborah Hill, I think, still produced that, and they said, "Look, we want to do Halloween 3." He did refuse. To do Halloween 3. Yes. And then they went to producers and said, "Look, we give you this money, you know, blah blah blah."
Well, because I think the idea was.
Did she direct that?
No, Tommy was.
Oh, same
thing. What you get with
No, seriously.
Yeah.
John doesn't want to do this. You know, you produce it, you direct it, he'll do the score, and all that other kind of stuff, and let us call it.
The original idea was to release a a horror movie every Halloween under the banner of Halloween.
Yeah.
Okay, each one will be completely unrelated to the. It's like an anthology sort of series. But he got taught, and he didn't want to do Halloween 2 as a sequel. And they talked him into it, and he said, well, okay, well, the third one, you can definitely do it. And he was saying, look, if you call it Halloween 3, people are going to be thinking it's Michael Myers again. Blah, 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 blah. And had Halloween 3, as we know it, been Halloween 2, and it had been explained up front that it's not a sequel, but we're going to do a whole series, then I think people would have had a different perception of it.
But I mean, because like those guys were like robots, weren't they? And it's just kind of like, you know, but they were like Michael Myers in suits.
Well, John had no interest, he had no interest in it whatsoever, he was just going for hire again. Because, I mean, especially after the thing, Halloween 3 came out after the thing, and he needed jobs, He got, if the thing would have been a hit, he would have directed.
But let's talk about the thing, because we think it was a hit.
Yeah. If the thing would have been a hit, he would have directed Firestarter. So he got bumped off Firestarter because the thing.
Well, you said Christine, he was already contracted to do everything anyway.
And then it was just a case of just trying to. He never tried to find work before Dark Star, before everything he was doing himself, he was writing himself. Then it was like, you've now got to do a Stephen King novel, you've now got to do a romantic drama, Starman. You know, he was working for it. Starman's a great film.
Right, but let's
he was always writing, he was always. That's
the thing from another world. Now, he was a big fan of the original James Arnett's movie, The Thing from Another World, but it also was kind of like, what was that, Ice Station Zebra kind of thing. So again, John seems to like these movies where he can put a group of people in an isolated place. So if you asked him, he probably would say that it was real Bravo in the snow.
I think he probably does.
Yeah, see, I said, if you would ask him, he probably would say that. But like, you know, it was a really tense-filled movie, wasn't it?
I think one of its biggest strengths was
really
it's a very brave decision. There are no women in the movie.
Which is why the sequel sucks.
No, not because of women. Oh, it's just
Mary was dead. What's the point? You know what I mean? I mean, it was like, yeah. But anyway, go back to the original.
It's like, but I just think it's a pretty faultless movie.
It's
there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong.
If God was,
I saw this documentary about about whether or not Charles was the thing. Yes. Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Keith David is indestructible.
What?
Keith David is indestructible.
Keith David as an actor is indestructible, but he was a thing.
He's not the thing.
First of all, he was.
Okay, let's hear the argument. Go.
So, in the documentary...
Don't base your whole fight on a documentary.
The documentary actually looks at scene by scene of the film. You know, it's about the setup and everything, you know? I mean, like about Charles being left guarding at that door, about the guy with the glasses, you know, like having the jacket and not having the jacket when he destroys the machines. You know, why did Charles go out in the snow? Where did he go?
Bad continuity.
That's bad. No, he says.
You rather say bad continuity. I'd rather say really good directing, because like the whole point about it is he has to disappear, so he's not there for the final fight sequence. And when he's not there for the final fight sequence, he comes back because it's like, hey, yo, I'm really curious about you and everything. And they even said that Kurt Russell, the reason why he's laying like this is because he actually has his finger on the gun and he's ready to shoot Charles. And everything. And he said, you know what? We'll lie here for a second. Maybe have a drink and stuff. But I'm going to fucking kill you.
Well,
I really do believe Charles was the
He says in that scene, I thought I saw something, so I went out. That's what he says.
That's what he says. That doesn't mean that he's right.
The popular misconception though is over the years, before the widescreen releases, a lot of people watched it again and again, as we all did, on pan and scan versions. Pan and scan, sort of 4.3 versions. And one of the shots, the conversation between Charles and McCready at the end, is that you don't see Charles's breath.
That's right. That was another thing.
A lot of people are picked up on. A lot of people do. But then when you see it in full widescreen, the breath is on full shot. The breath is, you know, and there's this faint aroma of hot dogs.
either way, it's a good movie.
I think it really upset Carpenter as well so much because I think he put everything into it and he knew it was a good film.
Yeah.
And it opened.
What's that? Did any of you see the DVD commentary? Because I can't remember.
I didn't see the commentary, but I heard it.
Moving on.
So anyway, in the commentary that you heard and saw, did he mention it? At the end, did they mention? Because that had to be one of those debates. It's one of those movie debates. Like what happened in the
That's the whole point.
That's the whole point.
It treats the audience with intelligence.
There's a great John Carpenter.
So why can't we just have a debate?
There's a great John Carpenter
story.
story. There's a great John Carpenter story when they did a private show of the film, and these teenagers went to see it. And at the end of the film, one of the teenagers went out to Carpenter and said, "You had to fill all these forms out saying what they thought of the film, what was good, what was bad." And a teenager came over to Carpenter at the end and said, "So who was the thing at the end?" And Carpenter went, "Well, that's for you to decide what you think."
Sounds like an answer to me.
And the teenager said, "God, I hate that."
Yeah.
What, thinking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't let me decide. I don't want to decide for
This is
myself.
why
You're the filmmaker. Why don't you just tell me?
Test audiences, I just find, just infuriates me.
Yeah, test audiences are bad.
And Carpenter thought at that point this was like the film was finished and it was on its little run of being shown to certain groups, and Carpenter
Yeah, but
thought
he
then,
changed Babysitter.
no, nobody could. And then it was a big
This
deal.
is a big
It was
deal.
set in stone when it was going to get released. It was a big film.
But he did change it though.
Well-
Babysitter Murder, I'm saying.
Oh yeah, he
Changed
changed
it
Halloween. He
after
changed
that.
Halloween. He changed the fog. He changed
What I mean.
everything else.
Did he change the fog enough though? What I'm upset about the fog is where the hell was John Houseman? Excellent
Great
openings. One of the best openings ever. Where was he throughout the movie? Should have
He was
just.
telling us
Was he
story.
on a boat? Was he on a boat somewhere?
America's favorite old fart.
Bit of Scrooge there.
Yeah.
You know, going back to the thing, Carpenter, I think he knew at that point when people, when test audience were saying, what happens at the end, he knew he was onto a dead runner straight away. Straight away.
I love the story.
Then they opened it the same day as
the
E.T.
fog as well. Yeah,
Then they opened it the same day as E.T.
Well, see, you know what, man?
Come on.
You know what? See, here's the problem. If movies don't make money when they come out, it really doesn't matter because it's all about what movie is going to be around 20 years from now, like this, where we're talking about it.
Well, yeah.
That is all that really matters, which is what they call cult status.
Yeah,
You know
but
what I mean?
unfortunately though, Hollywood doesn't see it that way.
I know they don't,
accountants
but
don't see it that way.
I
It's
know
like
they don't,
you're-
but I'm trying to say
it's like
we're not
football
Hollywood.
schools, you're-
The thing was a
that's where it
huge
counts.
hit on video.
It's a humongous hit. It's made its money
Massive
back.
hit on video.
It gets a prequel.
Exactly.
It gets,
That's exactly
you know,
what
it
I'm
wouldn't
saying.
have video games
That's
made.
exactly what I'm saying.
Through
though.
the 80s, that was the story with Carpenter. Big Trouble in Little China failed, huge hit on video. They Live failed at the box office, huge hit on video. Prince of Darkness, huge hit on video.
I love Prince of
Prince of
Darkness.
Darkness is I still see as
Was
the
he the
last
devil?
great. Well, evil. We'll just leave it.
Well,
at that.
wait. Let's get back to it.
But the thing
Was she in the future or was she in another reality?
Well, it's her sending the message.
Yeah, it is.
It's her sending the message back herself.
Yeah,
But,
from the future.
From the future. Yeah. That's
That
my
was
favorite.
because that was pretty cryptic
Carpenter
ending
movie
though.
of that
Wait
era.
a minute, but that was a pretty cryptic. Hold on, that was a pretty cryptic ending though.
Yeah.
But Jameson Parker is he's looking in the mirror, and it's not about the past and the future. I thought it was about parallel realities in a way, but like when he sticks his hand towards the mirror and then decides to cut.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But you know,
now
the difference is,
that is what you say. You're right. It's about intelligence.
Intelligence.
He rather
But the
like.
difference is, Chase, you can end a film like that on $4 million. You can't end a film like that on $25 million.
No. You're right.
That's
You're
the
right.
difference.
You're right. But that still makes it a great movie.
Because
though,
for $4
that you
million,
do that.
no one gives a shit.
Yeah.
For $25 million, people are going into the cinema and they're bored to go to see Universal
Yeah,
Pictures.
yeah,
They want an ending.
Yeah,
But they don't get an ending. They go in to see Big Trouble in China for $25 million. They want to see an American hero.
Yeah.
Well,
no.
They get Dennis Dun instead.
And they get a white guy. They get a white guy who's totally ineffectual.
Exactly.
They get a white guy
The
who's totally
Americans went,
ineffectual.
hold on, what the hell's going on here? Which
I bet you it was a big hit in China.
I'll tell you one thing actually, Big Trouble in China was like one of that summer. Fox summer of '86. Fox had some key movies coming out there. The Fly, Big Trouble. They had
It opened the same day as Aliens.
Aliens. They had was it the Manhattan Project? A lot of those movies failed, underperformed, particularly Big Trouble in China. In this country, when it was released over here, it was #1. It was huge because we got it. We got the joke. It was, people didn't take it seriously. We're laughing at Jack Burton. We're supposed to laugh.
I was laughing.
I appreciate that.
It's all in the reflexes.
But unfortunately,
You know what I mean?
But if Big Trouble wasn't a flop, you wouldn't have got They Live.
Yeah, but see, the thing about it, the reason why I got it is because it was a comic book. It was a comic book. And if anybody thought it wasn't, that's where they're stupid, But John Carpenter knew he was making a comic book. And I got that.
And there's nothing in that movie that I would say like.
It's four colors, man. There's nothing in that movie that.
It's my favourite film of all time.
Is it?
It is.
I don't know. Get out more.
Since the day I saw it. Since 1980. Since the
Yeah,
day I saw it.
no, it's good movie. It's good movie. But you know, I mean, like, but what I was trying to say about the
Apart
fog.
from Watermelon Man, that's my answer.
But that's what I was trying to say about the fog.
You put
that,
Watermelon Man
like,
above Soul Man.
Just.
What? With C. Thomas Howell?
Yeah.
Seriously, man. Why go there? Why go there?
And we all know what the C
Ringo
stands
Shaw.
for.
We'll go back to Commando. Ringo
was a
John,
movie.
Commando. There you go.
It was a good song.
I got a GeekTasm over Soul Man that will knock you both out the water. But go.
Go ahead. No,
Okay.
The guy died in Silence of Friday the 13th.
Go ahead.
It's there's a scene where a kid is watching a funk video, and it leads to a dream in which they envision C. Thomas Howell's character as the same type of guy with a guitar and all that kind of sort of Prince-esque. It's not Prince.
Yeah.
It's not Prince. Like, who is
Jesse
it?
Johnson?
Jesse Johnson.
Yeah.
Jesse Johnson.
Like anybody would have gotten that. So, back into the horror world. Because this is horrifying. But like, no, but I mean, like, so anyway. So when we talk about how Halloween picked
all
up.
the 80s and we've mostly only talked about Carpenter. Does that mean we have to huge influence?
Well, okay.
Well, yes, but no, we didn't mostly talk about Carpenter. We talked about other films, and I was actually going to get to that when I was saying about Halloween influenced the what do you call it? The holiday movie.
Yeah.
So after Halloween's success, we get Silent Night, Deadly Night, we get all the April Fool's Day,
yeah.
Christmas
Happy
Eve,
birthday to me.
Happy birthday to me. We get Prom Night.
Killer Bunny.
Killer Bunny.
Killer Bunny. No,
We just made that up. We're going to make that next year.
that's our next piece. That's our Easter.
Killer Bunny.
Look out for that one, folks. I tell you.
I don't know if they did.
Weinstein.
Killer Bunny, you
want that
heard it
deal.
here first. Killer Bunny, it's going to be huge.
Its own dimension.
Well, a lot of people might
1D.
think Donnie Darko was the Killer Bunny.
1D! One Direction into the music.
Donnie
They're the
Darko.
bunnies.
Donnie Darko. Anyway,
I hate Donnie Darko.
I hate Donnie Darko.
I despise Donnie Darko.
Oh, it's so strange.
Overrated piece of shite. Donnie Darko.
well, who's that director? Richard somebody. Anyway, you know what? I will say, first of all, I love, even though a lot of people think time travel movies are like, you know, head boggling. I think the reason why I like time travel movies is because I like to think. I like a movie that makes an attempt, and Donnie Darko does that. I still haven't figured it out, and I would agree with you that in the long run, it's kind of like a, you know, not that great of a movie, because it actually is kind of like about a pedophile, isn't it? If you think about it, because Patrick Swayze was like, you know,
Patrick Swayze's character. That's the
Don't diss Patrick. Come on, he
Patrick
wrote out
Swayze's character. Well, no, but see, there was so much happening underneath the surface in that movie, you know, like with the fat girl who, you know, didn't want to talk to anybody, Patrick Swayze who's like had this chest full of things in his basement, and you know, so this whole Donnie Darko thing was like, even though Gyllenhaal was, you know, in that moody zone of his, you know, the movie was about something that the movie didn't actually talk about in dialogue. You know what I mean? It was one of those things that there was too much going. No, there was too much going on, which could lead to what you were saying. It's like
just get back on track for a sec about you. Already mentioned the fact that we talk about from, you know, if we're talking 80s horror, the word Carpenter comes up and up and up and up and up. But there are two more names as well that we haven't mentioned. Okay, and they're both really.
Brian Palmer?
No.
Sam Raimi?
Well,
we'll get to Raimi, but I was thinking more George.
Sam Raimi
Mr. Romero.
Good then.
Well,
and then of course there's Davy Cronenberg.
Well, George only made Creepshow and Day horror films. Monkey Shines.
So there's three.
Dark,
that's 1992.
We're talking about George Romero?
Yeah.
George Romero.
Yeah, but see, George Romero was nothing when he didn't do zombie movies. Cronenberg was more.
Creepshow's fantastic. Creepshow's great.
Creepshow's a great film.
Yeah, Okay.
Oh, we touched the nerve there. It's also his highest grossing movie today.
I actually don't think, because it's based on that whole DC horror kind of thing, and I'm just not a big fan of that. Really.
Okay.
You know, but and it was also see, kind of corny stuff like that, or was Ted Danson coming out of the water.
That's my favorite story, by the way. The Ted Danson.
You know, or the monster in the box. I've seen the movie. I've seen the movie. You know, but what I was gonna say was that like
it's the best showcase for Tom Savini's work. Really.
Yeah. So well made. So well made.
Okay, yeah. But Cronenberg. We talked about Cronenberg, we'd be talking about torture porn. And we would be.
Intellectual horror.
Intellectual, the
Intellectual
smartest guy in the room.
Cronenberg is such a freak.
My butt.
He's a freak.
How is that torture porn?
Well, Shivers.
70s. We're talking the 80s. Okay,
so
so
we're
we're
from Scanners on.
from Scanners right through the Dead Zone.
Scanners, Videodrome,
which is in my top 5 movies of all time.
Dead Zone is good.
Dead Ringers is a great
Ringers,
film.
stunning.
Jeremy Irons, no.
Great film.
Stunning movie, stunning movie. That gets darker and darker as it goes on.
Or
That's
what?
90s, that's 90s.
Okay, fine. I don't like Cronenberg.
Still, to me, it's
Didn't
been
you
one of
say
the
it? I don't like
best films of the last 10
Cronenberg.
years.
I don't like
History of
Cronenberg.
Violence. It's just that
History
was
of
such a
Violence.
return to form for me. I just love it.
Not bad, but then what about that whole extreme measures or whatever? Or what is it called? Eastern Promise.
It's alright.
No. Cronenberg, I'm not a fan of.
His adaptation of Ed Butterfly was a bit.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
History of
So
Violence.
let's go back to the Sam Raimi then. Sam Raimi
Sam.
really, I mean, you know, we're talking about Evil Dead.
You're talking about Evil Dead, Evil Dead 2.
Exactly. You're not really talking about anybody because he went in a whole different direction with Crime Wave, and then he did like Indian Summer. Well, yeah, Dark Man was really good, but that was
Crime Wave was
that
a gem, absolute gem. I love
These
it.
guys love Crime Wave, but that's another comic book movie, so I have to say I like it, don't I?
Evil Dead 2, probably one of the greatest.
Evil Dead 2 is up there with Godfather 2.
Well, I like what Bruce Campbell said about it when he was talking about the new Evil Dead. He was saying that Evil Dead was a horror movie, it's just that it had bad actors, including himself. But Evil Dead 2 was indeed a comedy horror
Which had
movie.
bad actors.
Which had the same bad actor. But it had the bad actor.
The thing is,
it had the bad actor in the whole movie because you had Bruce Campbell playing against himself.
The thing is about Evil Dead 2 is that it knew exactly what it was doing. And any film that does that, you know.
He said that that's what they were doing. They were just pissing themselves laughing as they were writing the script.
I don't think still to this day I've ever seen a movie with like a full house who screamed and laughed as loud I'm saying laughed at the same time I laughed. But the whole one is when the eyeball flew through the air and went down the girl and went to the girl's mouth. I am just people crying.
The thing is, we've had this conversation before. It's so well made. Both are so well made for a group of kids who know
nothing.
What I liked about Evil Dead and its guerrillaness is the fact that they did like about 5 minutes to sell to dentists, and they put into the woods, and then they put the camera on a table. And that was the force.
The thing is,
so
if you watch all those slasher films from the 80s, 50 odd, whatever it is, within 2 years. Then you watch Evil Dead. Evil Dead will rise to the top here.
Well, no, exactly. I never said Evil Dead was bad, did I?
No, but a lot of those other slasher films were made by proficient directors.
Yeah.
No, J.D. Thompson made Happy Birthday to Me, for God's sake. J.D. Thompson was a cracking director.
Yeah. But he directed Cape Fear for crying out loud.
For God's sake, yes.
J.D. Thompson?
J.D. Thompson,
the British director who was Hollywood based.
Yeah.
He directed many movies. He directed the last two Planet of the Apes movies.
No,
Did quite a few
that was J.D.
Charles Bronson movies.
Yeah. Guns of Navarone?
The Guns of Navarone.
Yes, he did. Yes, Guns of Navarone. Yeah, his big movie.
And he directed a slasher film. But if you watch all of them, and then you watch Evil Dead. Evil Dead is like a big breath of fresh air. It's just like wow. Wow. And 2, they just, as you said, they just pissed themselves out of the ball. They got given a bit of money. Deal around to give them money. Let's go.
Just like Evil Dead 3. Just like Evil Dead 3 was just about going to the bank. The Army of Darkness was going to the bank. Let's just go to the bank.
Army of Darkness. Actually, Army of Darkness.
Let's just leave it over to like the what?
Let's sell Bruce. His army attack.
Yeah, no, exactly. You know, I think he did it for the
what
postcard.
what I admire about Raimi is the fact that, unlike a lot of his contemporaries of that era, whether it is the Cronenbergs or whatever, he things such as horror or whatever it wasn't his key interest.
No,
it was just one of many.
Hence,
he's more interested in just telling as many different types of stories as he can. Some good, some not so good.
Which is why he's gone on to Spider-Man and
Spider-Man. What about Dead from Hell or whatever it was?
Drag Me to Hell. I loved.
Drag Me to Hell.
Love that. Old school.
Old school. It was very old school.
My favourite horror film of the 80s is an Italian film.
Are you talking about Dario Argento?
Well, Lamberto Bava. It's Demons.
Demons? Oh! Were you at the Demons?
I went to a screening in London.
Yeah. Wasn't that
Argento and Lamberto Bava were there, and they had demons in the audience, which was really stupid. It would have been good if
what I love about Demons is that it's pretty bad.
It is.
It's pretty bad. I remember at the time there was so much hype over Argento. I was working in a video store at the time, and we had all these posters come in, and we finally got to see it. And I'm like, oh god. But there was. I mean, watching it recently, I watched it about 4 or 5 months ago. I went to a screening of it, and I'd forgotten a couple. The things I'd forgotten, such as the scene of the gang.
Yes.
Which goes on for about 10 minutes, and you think, what the hell's this got to do with anything? And then the helicopter land. In the middle of a cinema.
Argento was writing the scene, and he thought he couldn't get out the scene, he couldn't get out, he didn't know how to get the scene. He went, and the helicopter lands. That was it.
Sometimes people have too much money on their hands.
Yes.
And stuff. So anyway.
Why the hell not? I love.
So, and coming down to the end, let's look at the remakes of some of these fantastic horror films, just in closing out, because I was really hoping you could tell we have a great love for this period of horror and everything like that.
My Bloody Valentine.
My favourite death in that is the original.
Alone in the Dark.
That's a great film. That's not
Alone in the Dark.
That's a great film.
He Knows You're Alone.
Yeah.
He knows you're alone.
And who's in that?
Some girl.
Tom Hanks.
Yeah. He was in the dressing shop, wasn't he? In the clothing shop or something like that.
No.
He had a really bad bubble pen.
He's in the fun fair scene.
He's in the fun fair scene.
He's in that scene. But
girl gets dressed in the shop.
The Burning.
The Burning. Now, once again, the Burning. If you're from the UK, you would have only had a brief shot of the Burning because it got withdrawn very. It's actually. Burning was a Friday the 13th sort of rip-off, and with Holly Hunter. Early role for Holly Hunter, and it was the scene with the shears. The fingers. That's the scene that got you into trouble over here.
Again.
But
it's.
I think Savini ran the 80s.
Savini ran everything as far as I can tell. You know.
Because you love Night Riders.
So anyway,
Night Riders is a great. It's one of Romero's best movies.
Would you say then that you loved the horror movies of the 80s?
I did, but there's one we haven't mentioned, and I know we're winding up now. But if we were to go and not mention it at all, it would be an injustice. And it stars Jeffrey Combs. Reanimator.
The Reanimator. First of all, Jeffrey Combs, Stuart Gordon made the movie.
Yeah.
Yep. Now you got to give it up to Jeffrey Combs because, he's just fantastic.
You've got to give it up to Charlie Band.
Charlie Band, indeed.
Charles Band. And everything, not many people call him Charlie, and everything, but so all of those kind of stuff.
That's a great film.
It's Charles Band.
He's on Empire Pictures.
Did Trancers, didn't he?
Trancers, Breeders.
I remember being in college. Watching. Hey, wait a minute. I remember being in college watching Breeders.
No, Charles Band.
Around the same time I discovered, other kind of movies. Yeah, okay. College, man.
This is the next episode. We're talking about the Mitchell brothers, and not the ones off EastEnders.
Yeah, all right, definitely. All right, so coming up to the president about I take it you love horror. So
I love horror.
So what do you think about these movies being remade then? What do you think about
my first instinct
remade and
is why?
Yeah, that's all the first instinct, but that's what I'm saying. What do you think about it? Hollywood pays you money to make these remakes. Pointless.
It's a money driven.
It's lazy as well. It's really lazy.
But it doesn't advance the genre.
But I'd rather watch them Transformers 4.
Well, yeah, but I mean, for me, right? I was talking to somebody. I I was
You
talking
get
to
the full
somebody
review of the
about.
next one,
Do you notice the only time those two reactions today were from Watermelon Man and Iron Man?
Because
3.
we eat black. Yeah.
And when Tony puts on the mask, he's black.
Yeah. So, well, Don Cheadle. But like, no, what I was trying to say was like, so I was talking to somebody about Halloween, and I'm like, Rob Zombie fucking bastardized the whole genre. I mean, it was bad enough when they started to make 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, you know. But then for them to go back, I mean, and he didn't even have the blessing of John Carpenter, did he?
No,
He had the blessing of whatever film
I was
company
really
owned the
surprised.
rights.
You'd have thought Rob Zombie would have had so much respect for the genre anyway.
Well, he said he did, and then he made those horrible like.
The thing is, if you see an interview with Carpenter now, Carpenter just says, "I get a lovely check."
Yeah.
Carpenter doesn't have to work again. That's why he doesn't make films anymore.
Well, I like to think
Did he make the
because
song? Did he make song precinct 13? Did he make the thing? Did the fog?
I mean, the Escape from New York
Escape from New York
was
is on
becoming.
again.
Oh,
Yeah,
exactly.
it's on again.
Jared Butler, is it?
No, Escape from New York was with that girl, Rona Mitra, that escaped. Oh, Doomsday.
No,
Well,
there is actually a remake. There's been a remake about
Gerard
for about
Butler.
4 or 5 years now.
Gerard Butler.
Yeah. He's the current
See,
name.
that
You know
shows
what?
you. I totally
I can
ignored
see
it.
that working. But
You can see it working. Did you see the movie?
no, it's not yet.
It's not actually. It's been coming for years.
Oh,
this remake.
that's what I was gonna say.
They actually did ask. Carpenter actually still owns the rights to Escape from New York.
He has
so,
said he wants to do a third Snake Plissken movie.
the kid said no.
Well, it was like,
LA.
yeah, but it was like Escape from LA. What the hell was that? I mean, the surfing through the toxic waste or whatever that was. I mean, it was just.
And again,
like,
Escape from LA is a lot like Evil Dead 2. It's basically a remake of the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, surfboards.
Where the hell Peter Fonda came from? I don't know.
Peter Fonda is just.
It was hey
Carlton,
man.
mate.
It was like hey man, you know, Easy Rider.
It's just poor. It's a poor film.
Yes, it's poor film. Yeah.
And I hate saying that because it's Carpenter, but he has made the film over the late 90s and to the.
We have much
he's not made a great
much
movie
respect for the
since
auteurs
87,
at the time that they are auteuring, and then afterwards, well, we you know, we understand.
And we're all for auteuring.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I just said. We have respect for the auteurs when they're auteuring.
There's no one now. No one is that kind of filmmaker.
Well, Eli Roth would like to think he is, but he's not. And you know, and well, I think we can't, you know, even though we were talking about the 80s.
Romero's, there's no.
No, even no Carltons, no. And even though we were talking about the 80s, like, you know, we did kind of like jump into the present because there is no horror nowadays, you know. And I mean, actually, the retread or the reimagining of horror was given to Paranormal Activity, and it was like because you know people switch.
It's one of those things where it's like.
It did though, didn't it? I mean,
we've got a whole generation now.
Omni P or something like that.
Okay, we're old and dead and buried now, but for the new
old
generation
and
coming
buried.
through, if you're 14,
Insidious is the scariest.
it's the movie ever. It's like, oh, did you see Paranormal Activity 2? There's a bit right where this, and it's like.
He's stripped out of bed and he's on the ceiling.
I was like, what? No. And it's the same sort of conversations that we were having when we were at school. And then I used to like winding up people by saying,
Fantastic.
True story, no,
That's
true story.
right?
It's back from 79.
Mad Max.
Boy.
Mad Max set for me.
Who?
Bad Max.
That killed my voice. Anyway.
This is the 4B version of Mad Max.
I am the nice Fraser. The warrior over a come out. How do?
I'm going to talk quarter, lads. Should we finish up now?
Yeah, we should. I mean, I was looking for the joke, but I don't know if somebody did.
Hey, kill me wife like with the bikes.
What about the baby?
Right, 80s
There's
horror.
an actor, you'll take you a bit of time to cut off your wrist, but if you don't, I don't really care because the tendon's coming and I'm going to
When was Phantasm? Was that the 70s or the 80s?
79.
Great film.
Still call it the 80s. Boy.
Great film.
I like the fingers. When he cuts the fingers off,
When he
the
cuts
fingers
off
are
his
still
fingers, then
wriggling.
it's like yellow blood and everything like that.
And we really want to see them fingers.
Yeah. And then when he's doing the girl in the graveyard, it turns out to be Angus Grimm.
Angus Grimm, and I love the way
That'd be a bit of a shocker.
who else can load coffins like that? Entry.
You know, he's still around.
Angus him again.
Angus is
still around. And they made Phantasm 4, and I think Don Coscarelli was talking about doing a 5.
There's a box set, isn't there, with the ball and...
Yeah, the ball is magic, man. You know what I mean?
I saw Coscarelli's last film, John Dies at the End.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Now, he thinks
and he's only a young guy himself.
Coscarelli.
Late 40s, early 50s.
Yeah.
Beastmaster.
Beastmaster. It's bizarre, little GeekTasm folks.
Dan Vincent.
What links? Okay. I'll just say it. But because of Beastmaster, it was that's how Tanya Roberts got View to a Kill.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
What Cubby Broccoli spotted her in that, and I'm thinking, why is Cubby Broccoli watching the Beastmaster?
Because we all are.
There's nothing else on.
I like that.
Beastmaster time. Every channel had Beastmaster on. Beastmaster's on. Beastmaster's on.
Channel 7, quick.
Put
Channel 7 on.
Beastmaster's on. We ended an 80s horror thing with Beastmaster.